Yeah, I think this is such a good question, Colin, because a lot of people listening to your podcast are probably men. And I do think this is more of a tension for them. I had
Mm,
a conversation with one of my pastors about that. And he said, it just feels like I'm complaining. If I share what's going wrong in my life, I just feel like I'm complaining. And what's cool is I actually relate to that. Even as a female, most of my girlfriends open up easily about what's going on. And I don't. It's one of my
mm,
struggles and weaknesses in friendship. And the thing in my head that I'm thinking to myself is that I don't want to suck the oxygen out of the room, that I don't want to be a burden to people, that I don't know the good in actually talking about it. And it's one reason I absolutely love research, because what you find out is that the way God built our brain is actually to decompress, and our anxiety goes down
mm,
when we are seen, soothed, and safe. So when
mm,
I share with someone an issue that I'm having and they see me and they comfort me, soothe me, and I'm safe with them, even if they don't give me an answer, in fact, especially if they don't try to fix my problem, when I share that with them and they empathetically nod and listen, something heals in me. There's a neurological shift that happens where I decompress and my anxiety goes down. Isn't that amazing?
yeah.
So we are physically actually built to biblically mourn with those who mourn, not fix those who mourn with those who mourn. And so there's something in the supernatural way God built us to be known and to be understood that heals our soul. Isn't it crazy? He made it where connection with another person would actually heal parts of us. Now, not in place of God, but in reflection of God, right?
Mm,
That we are reflecting the goodness of God as a body under his headship, needing each other, comforting each other, taking care of each other, and that would bring healing. Now, the problem is we don't believe that, because we are largely people that think with our minds that we can solve a problem, and we are very uncomfortable with suffering and with our own suffering and with other people's suffering. So we quickly try to extinguish it. I do this all the time. I try to solve my kid's problem. I barely listen. I'm like, I got it. Let's do this. I'll fix it. And the reality is most people are not looking for answers. They're looking for connection. And so when we issue an answer, we are cutting off connection. And so my plea with anyone, in fact, this is probably the best simple marriage advice I could ever give your listeners, is if your wife or your husband's deepest need, which is just scientifically true that God built us this way, the brain, the way it works, we come into the world looking for someone looking for us. That's what Kurt Thompson says.
mm,
He's a Christian psychiatrist. We come into the world looking for someone looking for us because we're looking to be seen, soothed, and safe. So if you could just carry that into your relationship with
mm,
your spouse and just say, you know what, I'm going to be here and I'm going to listen. And I'm not saying there's never a time for advice, but I like for people to ask for it. Like, I like for people to say, what should
mm,
I do?
yeah.
Otherwise, I'm going to nod and I'm going to listen and I'm going to empathize with them. I'm not slow to bring truth if needed. If they're really wayward and they need to be corrected, I'll do that. But most people know the right answer. Most people are looking for a relationship and they're looking to heal through connection.
Mm. Well, that's really helpful. Now,